Mr. Ringstrom.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Kuehl.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of behind that glass. Would you state your full name for the record?
My name is Jonathan Andrew Kuehl.
All right. And Mr. Kuehl, where do you live?
I live in Plymouth, Minnesota.
Mr. Kuehl, do you know a Nciole Mitchell?
Yes, I do.
And why do you know Nciole Mitchell?
Nciole Mitchell is my birth mother.
All right, Mr. Kuehl, that microphone is very sensitive, and it does pick up everything. If you're speaking into it at a very close distance, it picks up like your breath, and so we're not hearing you completely. So you can speak up, but just stay a little bit further away from the microphone. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ringstrom.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Mr. Kuehl, if you can't hear me, please let me know.
I can hear you.
Very good. Mr. Kuehl, do you know Nicole Mitchell?
Yes, I do.
And how do you know Nicole Mitchell?
I met Nicole Mitchell after I was reunited with my birth mother.
And again, your birth mother is Nciole Mitchell, correct?
Yes.
All right. Approximately when did you meet Nicole Mitchell?
I met Nciole Mitchell when, was the question when I met Nciole or Nicole?
Well, I know I'd have to have the court reporter read it back, but let's start with when did you meet your birth mother, Nciole Mitchell?
That was around 2003.
And then when did you meet Nicole Mitchell?
I don't recall exactly. I believe it was years later, maybe more, around 2008.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure.
But it was within some few years of your meeting your birth mother, Nciole Mitchell. Is that true?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you remember where or how you met Nicole Mitchell?
No, I don't. I don't remember the first time that I actually met Nicole.
Did you ever see or interact with Nicole Mitchell in Nciole Mitchell's presence?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Okay. How many times do you think that happened?
That has probably happened, to the best of my ability, I think maybe around 3 times. Yeah. That I've been with Carol and Rod and Nicole together. I can really kind of place right around 3 times.
Okay. But would it be fair to say, based on your testimony, that you've definitely met Nicole Mitchell in the past?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Kuehl, did you see Nicole Mitchell at Rod Mitchell's funeral?
Yes, I did.
Would you describe for the jury the circumstances of that? What just briefly that situation was like? And I'm asking more about whatever you may have interacted with Nicole Mitchell at that funeral.
Well, Rod's passing was sudden and very sad. And I remember being at the funeral, and I was there, to support Mom. It was tragic. She was really hurting. And I interacted with Nicole a few times at the funeral, just in condolences, watching her out of, concern. But there was a few words. I felt really bad for Nicole.
Okay. Mr. Kuehl, when you saw when you saw Nicole Mitchell at Rod Mitchell's funeral, did you and your mom, Carol Mitchell, and Nicole Mitchell all talk together?
I don't recall a conversation. I can somewhat picture standing together. I can picture us standing there waiting to walk in and for the funeral to begin.
Okay.
I don't remember any conversation that we had.
Mr. Kuehl, do you recall whether Carol Mitchell introduced you to Nicole Mitchell at that funeral?
No, I don't recall that.
Do you recall whether you and Nicole would have sort of, I don't know, exchanged a knowing look that maybe Carol didn't remember that the two of you had met before?
No, I don't recall that.
Mr. Kuehl, is it true that you and I haven't really had much contact with each other throughout this case?
No, we haven't.
Really, is it fair that the only contact we've had is maybe in the hall when you may or may not testify?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And so is it fair that we didn't talk about what you may or may not testify to here today?
We did not talk about it.
Okay. Did you speak to a law enforcement investigator early on in this case?
Yes, I did.
And did you have an opportunity to speak to someone from the prosecutor's office leading up to this trial?
Yes, I did.
Did you have an opportunity to speak to an investigator from my office in the last few weeks?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I want to ask the question just to be clear so no one's confused. When you were at Rod Mitchell's funeral, did Carol Mitchell introduce you to Nicole Mitchell there as though the two of you had never met?
I don't recall that happening.
Okay. If you had said that at an earlier time to someone else, is it possible that you're not remembering it?
It would be quite striking. I'm that I wouldn't remember that. I mean, I honestly, I don't. I can picture the funeral, parts of it, but I don't recall. I recall Mom being nervous, sad, but I don't recall her introducing me to Nicole at this time. I can't pull it into my memory. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Mr. Kuehl, did you have any text exchanges with Nicole Mitchell about your mom, Carol Mitchell?
Yes, I imagine that I did. Yeah.
Mr. Kuehl, would you have texted with Nicole Mitchell about whether Carol Mitchell had exhibited any paranoia?
The only thing I remember in a text to Nicole was, what I remember is when Nicole was running for state senator.
Okay.
And I also remember a text where it was the first Father's Day after the loss of Rod, and I sent my condolences. But I don't remember really discussing Mom with Nicole in the text chain.
Your Honor, I'd like to turn on the screen for the witness at this time.
You may.
Mr. Kuehl, I'm showing you what's been marked for identification as Defense Exhibit 203. I want you to read that and familiarize yourself with that. 203.
Right after meeting? Do you want me to read what's in
Well, I
green?
don't-
What's in green?
Sir, I don't want you to read it out loud. I just want to read it to yourself. And then let us know when you've had a chance to read that.
I read that.
Okay. This is 204. And then this is what is marked for identification as Exhibit 204. Would you read that?
I read it.
And then what's marked for identification is Defense Exhibit 205.
Okay.
Your Honor, at this time, I ask to introduce Exhibits 202, 3, and 4 into evidence. What?
Mr. McDonald?
No objection.
All right.
Yeah.
Exhibits,
And I spoke wrong. It's 203, 4, and 5. That was my mistake.
Mr. McDonald?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Exhibits 203, 204, and 205 are received.
Your Honor, I'd like permission to publish.
You may.
So this is the first one. That appears that the text is Nicole Mitchell's text to you. Is that accurate?
That's how it appears.
Okay.
For clarification, you said first one. Is this 203?
This is 203. Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize. So here on 203, we're seeing a couple of texts that Nicole sent to you. Does that look accurate, Mr. Kuehl?
That's what it looks like.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you to read that, Mr. Kuehl.
It was fine. I'm always trying to juggle 3 things at once, so my texts are often a mess. LOL. Thank you for trying. I'm worried her Alzheimer's is starting to make her isolate more, and I've seen her start to get paranoid about things in a couple texts. So I'll keep working on any help I can provide her too.
And if we can go to 204. And if I can have you read that, sir.
Yeah, I've been seeing some improvement as we talk. Social interaction is very important in slowing progression. Linda and I call often. I can sense when the conversation creeps towards paranoia, and I do my best to counter. My grandson is in a school play, and Saturday I have a special Stephen, I'm guessing, ministry.
And then 205, Mr. Kuehl.
Do I just continue where that stopped?
Yes, sir.
My grandson is in a school play, and Saturday I have a special Stephen ministry meeting. I'll check with her again tonight how she is feeling about coming. If she isn't, I'll try and head there for a night or two. We'll let you know what I find out.
Mr. Kuehl, having had a chance to read this and reflect on it, you recall now communicating with Nicole Mitchell a bit about Carol Mitchell's paranoia.
Well, I believe that we communicated. I just don't remember the conversation that we had, and this has got to be accurate. So, I apologize.
Sure. And Mr. Kuehl, since the incident that we're all here to discuss, you really haven't had communication with Nicole Mitchell, is that accurate?
No.
Okay. So all of this would have happened before the incident?
It would have happened before the incident.
Okay. Yeah, we can take that down. Mr. Kuehl, and I apologize, did you say you live in Plymouth, Minnesota?
Yes.
All right. After Rod Mitchell's death, did you have an opportunity to take your mom, Carol Mitchell, to any doctor's appointments?
No.
Were you able to help your mom, Carol Mitchell, with any financial type concerns?
No, I didn't need to.
Okay. Mr. Kuehl, did you have an opportunity or decide to arrange for anyone else to help Carol Mitchell get to appointments?
I didn't have to. Mom has a good support group, so
Okay.
I didn't have to ever arrange with anyone to get Mom to an appointment.
Mr. Kuehl, I want to ask you about your interview with Sergeant Glander. Do you remember maybe more than a year ago having a conversation with Sergeant Glander?
That was a while ago. Yeah, I remember talking to Sergeant Glander, Investigator Glander, on the phone.
Okay. Sergeant Glander, I think, asked you a lot of questions. Did he ask you if Carol had mentioned any disagreement with Nicole about Rod's ashes or a flannel shirt or other items?
Okay, so I'm not going to be able to recall the conversation that we had with Sergeant Glander, and I'm sorry. It was a long time ago.
I understand, sir.
I want to say that I can remember Sergeant Glander talking to me about Nicole wanting to retrieve her father's stuff, a flannel shirt and the ashes. I can remember a conversation about Sergeant Glander asking me about Nicole and Kuehl talking about that as well, but it's faint.
Okay. Do you remember what your answer was when Sergeant Glander asked you if Kuehl had mentioned any disagreement with Nicole over Rod's ashes, flannel shirt, or other items?
I don't remember exactly I don't remember what my responses were with Mr. Glander at this time anymore. It was just so long ago.
Sure.
I can't reliably reply to you what I said to Mr. Glander. But I did have it was a long interview that he had with me.
Now, you also spoke, as we talked about before, to an investigator from my office in the last few weeks. That's correct?
Yes, he called me when I was at work.
Okay. He asked you how often you would see Kuehl. Do you recall what your answer was?
I'm looking bad. I would guess, I can't say it exactly how I replied to him, what my reply was. Again, I'm sorry.
It's okay. If I told you that interview with that investigator was on June 27th of this year, a couple of weeks ago, does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you recall if that investigator asked you if you would spend holidays together?
There was a mention of holidays.
So, did you spend holidays with them? And I mean Rod and Nciole Mitchell?
We would meet after the holidays. I think I remember telling the investigator that Nciole and Rod spent a lot of holidays with Rod's side of the family. Those were good holidays that they had.
Okay. Mr. Kuehl, I just want to circle back to one question, and I think that'll be enough. You didn't remember what you had said to the investigator about how often you saw Kuehl or see Kuehl. As you sit here today, how often do you think, on average, you see Kuehl?
I will see Carol maybe one, just once out of every 2 months, 3 months. There's a lot of phone calls. There's a lot of phone conversations. But it's physical visits are probably about that much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kuehl. I have no further questions.
Mr. McDonald?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can you help me pronounce it right? Is it Kuehl or Kuehl?
It's Kuehl. My children like to call it, say cool.
Mr. Kuehl, do you recall Carol Mitchell telling you what her intentions were for the late Mr. Mitchell's flannel shirt?
Carol had a flannel shirt of Rod's, and she intended for that to go to Nicole. She did tell me once that she thought maybe she would make a special comfort pillow out of the flannel.
For herself or for someone else?
For Nicole.
Do you recall discussing Carol Mitchell's Alzheimer's diagnosis with Sergeant Glander?
I wish I could recall the interview with Sergeant Glander, and I don't trust my responses
I understand.
because it's been too long for me.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Kuehl. Are there certain things that, from your observations, that make Carol Mitchell's memory worse?
Yes.
And
Yes.
what would those be?
High stress, trauma. Mom can be. She's very functional, and the Alzheimer's is there. It was slowly progressing, but if there's trauma, there was like the death of Rod was a huge hit, and then you see the short-term memory just is it's so difficult for her to recall short-term memory.
Do you recall how your mother described the home break-in, like in terms of what it did to her?
Yeah, she was terrified. She was shocked. It was very shocking. I was at work on a Monday morning, I believe, or morning, but yeah, it came as first a text, then a phone call, and the shock. Okay. And I was shocked.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Kuehl. Are you stressed out, or do you feel some stress testifying up there?
I do.
Okay. No further questions.
Mr. Ringstrom?
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Kuehl, you may step down. Watch your step.